I had very bad sun damage to my décolletage area from when I was a little girl, the silly things that we used to do and lay out in the sun with baby oil and all of those lotions and potions. Being fair-skinned, I had a lot of damage to my chest area here, which getting older, it looked absolutely terrible. And no matter what other brand of lotion or cream or whatever I tried, nothing would resolve it. If I put on a fake tan at all, like everyone does for a night out on the town or something like that, it only exacerbated it and made it look worse. Hence, for most of my life, I've gotten around with t-shirts and dresses with like up to here sort of thing so that no one had to see this area here. So anyway, I saw Tracy's post. I looked at it, gave it some thought for about a week, and then I thought, yeah, what have I got to lose? So I picked up the phone and I called Tracy, made the appointment, came in here very skeptical because nothing had worked before. I had my first treatment done. I immediately saw the results. I went home. My husband had just got home from work. He looked at me and he goes, "Your chest area looks amazing. What have you had done?" Because I hadn't told him that I was going to see Tracy. And I explained what I'd had done. The treatment continued to work over a number of days, and the redness and the damage was resolving. I made another follow-up appointment with Tracy for a second treatment. My décolletage area these days is looking absolutely amazing, and I'm so ever grateful for for Tracy and coming across that post on Facebook. What I did love about the treatments was that it was completely natural, non-invasive, pain-free. I had no downtime at all, and it was just a wonderful experience, and Tracy was absolutely lovely to deal with. I began my professional career as a nurse. I'm actually an ex-registered nurse. I did my training at the Royal Brisbane Hospital. I left nursing because it just wasn't at that time fulfilling in what I wanted to do. I'm actually still currently working as an accountant bookkeeper at the moment. That still has fueled my passion for wanting to help people, but in saying that too, it's something that I suppose I've ticked that box and I want to get back to doing something that I truly enjoy, which is back to my nursing roots. And I suppose offering a cryotherapy service to people, which is something like a side step from the traditional box of nursing. There are two different types of cryotherapy machines out there. I think most people are familiar now with the ones that have got the vacuum strap that attach to whatever area you're treating. From my nursing background too, I know that the epidermis, or your skin, is actually a living organ, and it is only thin, and your vital organs actually sit right underneath of that. So using either heat or cold, whatever treatment that they're doing, then with the vacuum, you are actually damaging to a certain extent and causing bruising on your skin. Plus, not only that too, you tend to end up with uneven results because it's sitting static in one area or one treatment area of your body. The difference with this machine is it's using very similar to an ultrasound handle. So you've got the ability to literally work on the area that you might be treating, but to move it freely backwards and forwards depending on what you're doing, so that you end up with a far better outcome as a result, rather than just having a targeted area. And I think there's been lots of literature and stories out there on social media where people have said that they haven't had quite the experience that they've wanted, or it's given uneven, lumpy results, especially as far as the beauty application goes. specifically for fat removal and cellulite removal, things like that, which is mainly the target market of the vacuum application. So to me, it was literally a no-brainer to look at the one that had the ultrasound handle, to know that you could freely move it, treat the whole area rather than just be strapped in. There was no vacuum behind it, so I knew that it was not causing any internal damage or bruising on the skin at all. That was very important. I think the major factor that actually decided it for me. On my journey to purchase this machine, I did do my research. Ask my husband any day of the week. I will spend hours doing my research to find out that I've got the best deal for the best price, no matter what. Knowing that I was going to make such a big investment in the machine, I did my research to find out, yes, I know Tracy's got this one, this is what I'm looking at. Is there something newer out, more technology driven, something later out now? All I kept coming back to every single time was 21 Equipment. They have been the leader in this research over probably the last 5 to 10 years, and they lead the research in this. Their products are absolutely well known. Put it this way, I was absolutely blown away. When I walked in the door to the local Go Vita at Chinchilla where I lived, the girl, the shop assistant that's behind the counter there, she's actually from Poland. When I spoke to her and told her what I was doing, I had that conversation with her to ask if I can leave some cards in here. She said to me, "Which machine have you got?" So she already knew what cryotherapy was. When I told her which one I had, she goes, "You know, that's the best one that you could possibly get." I was literally blown away just to get that feedback from her, and to know too that someone who I would never have thought of in regional Queensland from Poland happened to know about 21 Equipment and the cryo machine. I was literally blown away. So yes, I did do my research, and I stuck with Cryo 21 Solutions and the cryo machine that I did get. Dealing with them direct, who I bought my machine from, they couldn't have been more helpful in the whole process, because the machine was actually built from brand new, put together, so I was kept in touch with how the progress of the machine was going, right up to payment, shipping, customs, until it arrived on my doorstep. I then got follow-up emails as well, direct from the head of the company, asking that I was happy with the machine, feedback, all of that sort of stuff. So the whole process, even though it was imported from Italy, I was literally blown away by the whole thing. The training with Tracy I actually did over a course of one day, purely because, like I said, I've already had my nursing background, so the anatomy, physiology I already had under control. Where I'm based at Chinchilla is more about the medical application of what the cryotherapy can do. And I think Tracy had a joke with me one day. I think I've had everything thrown at me all in one go, including the list of contraindications for the machine, all in the space of a couple of weeks. So where I have been a little bit unsure on a couple of occasions, I've either been straight away on the phone or mainly text message, because I didn't know if Tracy was actually with a client at the time. Tracy, at the very most, has been back to me within half an hour to say, yes, you can, no, you can't, this is what I suggest. So I can't say thank you enough to Tracy for her care, her everything that she's done for me and continues to do for me right up until this point of time. In Chinchilla, well, regional Queensland, where I live, unlike the Gold Coast, we haven't got an oversupply of physiotherapists, chiropractors, or any other medical professionals in the field, so to speak. Out there in regional, specialists like that are on rotation on a massive area that they've got to cover. So for example, we might have a physiotherapist in town, say once a fortnight or something like that. So you've usually got to, if you're in pain or for a chiropractor, exactly the same, you've usually got to ring up and make an appointment and hopefully get the next time he comes in town. So over the course of the next couple of weeks, I'm actually myself doing a presentation with the local medical centre at Chinchilla, the one at Miles, the two at Dalby to start with, to actually go in, ask if I can leave the postcards that I've had made for the business, which are double-sided, one for beauty, one for medical, and actually asked if I can see the practice manager and actually do a presentation for them out there, knowing too that in a time that a person is experiencing pain, waiting to see their physiotherapist or their chiropractor or whatever medical professional they're waiting for, that I can potentially do something to assist and to alleviate pain or whatever the treatment might be, but also to be able to work in conjunction so that their physiotherapist knows who I am, knows what I'm doing, so that we build that relationship, which we work together for the benefit of the patient that we're seeing. In particular, one lady, she came in for pain treatment on her back. I actually saw her the following day. She owns the local tobacconist shop at Chinchilla, and she's got a great big wad of my cards as well, which have been going out the door left, right and centre at the moment. When I saw her the following day, even the staff said to me, she's walking around like a spring chicken. And when I saw Helen later on, she said to me, I can actually get up out of the chair now without having the uncomfortable movements, the sharp bit of pain. I'm moving around. I've been up and down doing my gardening today. I've been doing this. And I looked at her and I said, just take it, you know what I mean? Take it easy. She's had 2 treatments with me now, just specifically for her back. And she said to me her back is literally the best it has ever felt. She's now been coming back to me to get treatments done for her face, for the beauty side of it. And she's been to see me 4 times already for that. And in fact, she's coming back again next week. And she's absolutely wrapped. And that's just one example of it. So, and to me, it's just given me literally the best feeling in the world, knowing that, yeah, I've come here and I've made that person's life better. So that's just been a big tick. On my own personal journey with purchasing the cryotherapy machine, my husband was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis in 2017. Whilst waiting to see a rheumatologist, his pain was getting worse. It got to the point, I think about 2 or 3 months in, he was having trouble, like even moving his hands properly, the constant pain day in, day out. There were even a couple of times he said to me, I just wish someone had put me out of my misery, knowing that a guy does not normally complain, or person, he doesn't normally complain about pain, so I knew it was pretty bad, that what he was carrying around. So from all my medical background and all the rest of it, I did a lot of research. I turned my husband, I changed his diet, so he went from a carnivore overnight to a vegan, to allow his body to begin healing from the inside out, because rheumatoid arthritis is actually an autoimmune disease. That, along with, I've been able to help him with the pain by using the cryotherapy machine. So over the course of the last several years now, my husband his rheumatoid levels are now back within normal limits. He can continue to ride his motorbike to this very, very day. In fact, when I left Chinchilla this morning, he was at home panel beating in the shed out there. And to this very day, he has not had to take any medication in association with rheumatoid arthritis. So that has been probably my greatest accomplishment to date, knowing that I could actually do something to help my husband.